What if I told you the cheap generators everybody walks right past on the shelf does the exact same job as the $2,000 name brand sitting inches away? Some of these budget brands actually build the premium units, slap a different logo on the housing, and sell them back to you at triple the price. A week-long blackout, the storm veterans, the off-grid preppers, the electricians who wire these things for a living, they already know it. They don't buy the logo, they buy the machine. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 cheap generators worth owning. Here's what most people miss. This isn't about which generator has the most watts printed on the box. It's about which brands are building the power for the names charging you double. By the time we get to number 1, you're going to hear about a company that has built over 10 million generators for premium brands you already trust. And there's a real chance you've owned one without knowing it. And at number 2, we'll talk about the generator that starts from 80 feet away with a key fob in your pocket. So when the grid drops in the dead of a freezing night, you never have to step outside into the storm. 2 of these 5 are also surprisingly quiet. Quiet enough your neighbors won't hear them running. And I'll flag those as we go. Because backup power is the one thing you never think about until the exact moment you need it. And by then the shelves are empty, the prices have doubled, and you're the one standing in the dark wishing you'd bought one a week ago. Hit that subscribe button, because every week we post videos that cut through the marketing noise and hand you the real information the industry would rather keep to itself. Here are 5 cheap generators everyone ignores that will change how you think about backup power. Ranked from surprisingly capable to absolutely dominant. Number 5, WEN, the budget workhorse that keeps things quiet. Start here, because WEN embarrasses the expensive shelf on the one thing that matters most when the lights go out: noise. Picture the power out across the whole street. Every neighbor's generator roaring like a lawnmower, and yours is the one nobody can hear. The WEN 56 200i inverter runs at around 51 decibels, quiet enough that campsite neighbors won't complain, while still delivering 1,600 running watts and 2,000 starting watts of clean power. And clean is the key word. With total harmonic distortion under 3%, this is power safe for the things you care about in an outage: your phone, your laptop, your CPAP machine, where a cheap conventional generator would fry them. The big brands would rather you didn't think about this next part. WEN designs its own engine specs instead of bolting on whatever motor was cheapest that quarter, so the engine and the generator are built as one integrated system. That's how they keep the average unit around $540, with an entry point near $200, while the premium shelf charges triple for the same job. Need more power? Step up to the DF 5600X dual fuel, and you get 5,600 surge watts, 4,500 rated watts, and a 12.5-hour runtime at half load on gasoline, with propane as backup when the gas stations run dry. Both models carry EPA 3 certification and CARB approval, so they are legal to buy and run in all 50 states, California included. Here's how to actually use it. Grab the dual fuel model, keep a propane tank next to your gas can, and you have backup power that does not care what's happening at the pump during a storm. Pair it with a manual transfer switch or a generator inlet box, and you can feed power directly into your home's circuits safely. WEN gets skipped because they do not spend on flashy marketing. They spend it on the engine. And that engine is probably sitting in a box at your local hardware store right now, waiting for you to stop overpaying. DuroStar and DuroMax. The California-engineered twins running entire homes for half the price. One owner powered a 2,700 square foot house with 2 air conditioning units running at the same time off a single DuroStar. Another said it delivers the voltage and amperage to run most of a house for half the cost of a Generac. That isn't a number off a box. It's people keeping their own homes running through an outage. The reason comes down to what's inside the engine. While most budget generators use aluminum cylinder walls that wear down fast, DuroPower machines its own engines with cast iron sleeves, the kind of build you find in commercial equipment. Not something you'd expect for under $1,000. The DuroStar DS13000E runs a 500 cubic centimeter overhead valve engine, pushing 10,500 running watts, with surge capacity up to 13,000 watts. And since most homes need somewhere between 5,000 and 13,000 watts depending on your air conditioning load, that's genuine whole house territory. Now the two names confuse people, and that confusion is exactly why they get ignored. DuroStar and DuroMax are both made by DuroPower, a company incorporated back in 1992 and based in Ontario, California. DuroStar is the budget line, DuroMax the step up with a few extra features, but the same cast iron sleeve engine sits underneath both. People see two brand names from one parent company and assume something shady is going on. Nothing shady, just smart manufacturing. Both come with a 3-year warranty and USA-based technical support, and both lines are EPA certified and CARB compliant. So who is this for? If you want serious whole house backup power without the $7,000 to $20,000 price tag of an installed standby system, the kind that's permanently wired into your house and kicks on automatically, the DS13000E is the move. A portable unit you wheel out and hook up yourself through a transfer switch, running your home on your terms. DuroStar gets slept on over a simple two-name mix-up. Meanwhile, it's running entire homes for a third of what most people assume that kind of power costs. Number 3, Predator. The Harbor Freight secret that runs when it matters. If you're starting to see the pattern, if you're realizing the generator industry has been charging you a premium for Aligo while budget brands deliver the genuine real-world performance, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps this reach people who are done overpaying for backup power. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you belong here. So why does Predator earn the spot? One user bought 2 Predator generators and ran them 24/7 for several months straight while building a house, with only one minor issue the entire time. Another owner called it the most durable, easiest to maintain generator he'd ever used across all 4 units of the same model. This is the brand people mock at the parts counter, and it's the one running non-stop on job sites 10 minutes from your front door. And that stigma is the whole point. It's the best thing that ever happened to your wallet. Harbor Freight designs these generators in-house and contracts manufacturing to established Chinese OEM partners including Lonson and Leifan, 2 of the largest engine manufacturers in the industry. The Predator 5,000-watt traditional generator runs $499 and delivers up to 15 hours of runtime at 50% load. With 120-volt outlets, a 120 240-volt L1430R socket for RV hookup, and a 12-volt DC outlet. It comes with carbon monoxide safety sensors that automatically shut the generator down if carbon monoxide reaches dangerous levels. It is EPA certified and CARB compliant, legal in all 50 states. This is how people run these. Grab the 5,000-watt model for under $500, and you have enough power to keep your lights, refrigerator, and essential circuits running through any outage. Predator gets passed over because people equate Harbor Freight with disposable tools. But these generators have been running in homes and on job sites for years, if you are willing to walk past the stigma. Number 2, Champion Power Equipment. The dual fuel king with the remote start in your pocket. Picture the scene the intro promised you. It's 2 in the morning, an ice storm has knocked the grid out, and it's below freezing. You don't get dressed, you don't go out to yank a pull cord in the dark. You press a button on a key fob from up to 80 feet away, still under the blankets, and your generator fires up in the cold on its own. That is not a luxury feature. That's a survival feature. That wireless remote start, the cold start technology that fires the engine reliably even in freezing temperatures. The CO Shield automatic shutoff for carbon monoxide safety. That's the package that separates Champion from everything else at this price point. One user in a marine environment put 600 hours on a Champion generator and reported it still runs like the day it was new. Champion has been building generators since 2003 and became the brand budget-conscious preppers, RV-owners, and homeowners trust when the grid goes dark. Built in the one thing premium brands still charge extra for: fuel flexibility. In 2026, Champion offers more dual and tri-fuel models under $1,200 than anyone. Their staple model delivers 4,375 starting watts and 3,500 running watts with up to 12 hours of runtime on a full tank of gasoline. The inverter models also hold total harmonic distortion under 3%, so the sensitive electronics you would never risk on a conventional generator stay safe. And this is your second quiet pick. The Champion 4,500 watt inverter runs at 61 decibels, easy on a campsite or a quiet neighborhood, while the staple 3,500 watt model is louder. Need more? Link two compatible Champion units together and double your wattage without buying a bigger generator. Champion backs every generator with a 3-year limited warranty, and something almost unheard of in this price range, free lifetime technical support from dedicated experts. Here's how to actually use it. Set these 20 feet from your house with the exhaust pointed away, and keep the key fob inside with you. When the power drops in that ice storm, you press a button from 80 feet away, instead of fumbling with a pull cord in the cold. That's the difference the premium brands charge you extra for. Champion gets ignored because people see the price tag and assume it cannot compete with Honda or Generac. It competes. It just does not charge you for the privilege. Number 1. Firman. The invisible giant that's been powering premium brands for decades. This is the one the whole intro was building to. Remember that generator you might already own without ever realizing it? This is it. Firman has manufactured over 10 million generators in the past 17 years. 10 million. And it's widely reported across the industry that Firman has built units for brands like Kohler, the generator and engine company you've seen at the hardware store, and Rigid, the Arrange power tool brand practically every homeowner recognizes, units that then got rebranded and sold under those premium names. The company you paid premium prices to buy from, they paid Firman to build it. And that reach isn't just about scale. It comes down to the quality control behind it. Firman is a division of Sumec Machinery, itself a subsidiary of Sinomac, the China National Machinery Industry Corporation, a Fortune Global 500 company founded in 1978. Their North American operations are headquartered in Peoria, Arizona, and every generator they sell goes through nearly 90 individual quality control checks under both Chinese and American standards. Firman tests every new engine model for 500 continuous hours before it ever reaches approval, well beyond what most budget manufacturers bother with. All Firman generators sold in the US are EPA 3 and CARB certified. The specs hold up under scrutiny. The Firman P03612 delivers 4,550 starting watts and 3,650 running watts with a 14-hour runtime, remote start, a 4-in-1 data center, and a 3-year warranty. The average Firman generator costs around $600, and the cheapest model starts at roughly $260. For home backup, the right unit powers your essential circuits, your lights, a fridge, a sump pump, a furnace blower, through a properly installed transfer switch or approved interlock system. It won't run full central air, and an electric range at the same time, but for keeping the lights on and the food cold, it does the job without the standby generator price tag. The practical takeaway is simple. Grab the P03612 for emergency home backup, or take it to camp and know that the machine in your hands was engineered by the same company building generators for Kohler, tested to a standard most budget manufacturers never meet, and backed by a Fortune Global 500 parent in Sinomac. Firman gets overlooked because their marketing department can't keep up with their engineering department. They hold over 30% market share across Southeast Asia and Africa, powering millions of homes daily, and most Americans have never heard the name. That generator is probably available online right now for less than what you'd spend on a weekend road trip. Made it all the way to the end? You've just learned something most people never will. 5 cheap generators, all under $1,000 for their core models, all delivering the kind of power and reliability the premium brands have convinced you only they can provide. Smash that like button if this changed how you think about backup power. Drop a comment and tell me which one surprised you most. Firman, brands charging you double? Team Champion, the dual fuel king with the remote start on your nightstand? Team DuroStar, the cast iron beast running entire homes for half the price? I read every comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. I'd love to have you on this journey with us. Remember, sometimes the best generator isn't the one with the biggest name on the sticker. Sometimes it's the one that's been quietly powering the world for decades, waiting for you to stop overpaying and finally bring it home.